Saltwater Crocodiles by Eli. Introduction. If you're reading this book, you're going to read about a saltwater crocodile's personality, habitat, strength, and much more. Make sure your brain doesn't explode because you're going to learn things you never knew were possible. And if you're just rereading this book, then you might not remember things you read in the past. If you're reading this book for the first time or the 20th, hopefully you're ready to learn or relearn. Saltwater crocodile. Habitat and survival. To kick things off, let's start with where and how they are able to live. These critters live in a very few places, Asia and Australia. Watch out for them if you live or will live in these places. Unless this book gets publicly published, you have a 97.4% chance of you not living in any of those places. But there is a 2.6% chance that there's a 22% chance that you'll run into these monsters. Basically, an 8.46153846154 chance of you running into one. Don't worry about this. Read where saltwater crocodiles live. These guys swim in brackish water, so that might be a reason why they only live in certain places. But they can live in these places for more than 70 years. Not quite as much as an average human, 94 years, but still. Quite a long time for an animal. And one thing that helps with that is being cold-blooded. My best guess as to why it helps is that it's cold where they live, and that helps them adapt to the coldness. What do you think? Now let's talk about what their menu is and all about that. Saltwater crocodiles swimming in brackish water. Diet. Now here's all about what a saltwater croc eats. They can eat anything they can overpower, which is almost everything, so be very careful. They could probably beat even a great white shark. Take that, sharks! I said to be careful, but they mostly eat fish, so if there's a fish closer to the saltwater than you, you're probably in good shape. Probably. This might sound gross, but the saltwater crocs have an infamous roll of death. They roll off the limbs of dead animals. Weird, right? Especially weird when they do it to sea snakes or eels because they don't even have limbs. Just a head, stomach, and a tail. There's probably more to it. They do usually eat 50 full meals per year. So if one lives 70 years, that's 1,850 rolls in one lifetime. And they have a low risk for extinction. So there'll be a lot more rolling for those guys. This is what's on the menu and how they eat that scrumptious stuff to them. Now here's what they are like, besides devouring everyone and everything. Characteristics. You now know what saltwaters eat, which is great, but I'll tell you about what they're like. They're opportunistic predators, which means they'll wait for their prey to come to them. So don't swear near one and you'll be safe. Good thing they have a strong territoriality, because an animal might try to steal their home. However, they are intimidating, so probably not. You'll learn more about that in the next section, but maybe something like a great white shark would do that. Saltwater crocodile catching their food. Also, they're very intelligent, so good thing they're strong, because being very intelligent but also very weak in the wild, let's just say that things don't usually end well for them. But great intelligence plus brute strength equals amazing animal. Their strength is the main reason they're so scary. If they were small, they would probably be harmless, so they lucked out on their size, strength, and personality, like winning a lottery. I've mentioned strength so many times in this section that you're now ready to learn all about that stuff. Saltwater crocodile having a lottery badge. I won the wicked lottery. Body. I've already told you about what it does and where it lives, but I haven't told you about how it looks. Saltwaters have smallish brains, which is good because if they were actually smart, they might have a plan to chase us and eat us. I bet you that a mini brain is saying, eat, 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 swim, swim, sleep every single day. They might be smarter. This is just an estimation. But once they go to sleep, they might do that business with one eye open. But they do have transparent eyelids, so they might just close their eyes and it looks like their eyes are open. Maybe just an optical illusion. Saltwater crocodile, human, cheetah. These eyelids have a 7-centimeter distance between each other, unlike ours, which have around a 2-centimeter distance between them. That's more than triple the distance of our eyes, you know. These eyes are small. This brain is small, but what isn't small is their body. These huge beasts are 7.5 to 17 feet long. Their length could be almost triple the height of an average adult male. Now, you might know they're tough, but not how tough they are, because they're the toughest living animals. I say living because some extinct animals are stronger. Now I've already told you all I know about the body, so now it's time to do some fun stuff. Close-up of the saltwater crocodile. Add the length of this line and this, and you've got 7 centimeters. Jaw. Just kidding. I already told you about most of the body, but the best part about this magnificent creature is the jaw. This big mouth can bite 3,700 pounds per square inch, so watch out, and zigzagging away won't work to escape from them, like you might have heard. Due to this, a saltwater crocodile has the greatest bite pressure of any living creature. I say living because dinosaurs had way more power to their teeth, but they are extinct, sadly. Anyway, every 20 months they replace teeth. So wouldn't it be funny if they had the strongest teeth of any saltwater, but then they just replace it with average ones? Well, they might not have to replace them because if they live long enough, they'll stop replacing them. If and only if. They also can open their mouths underwater without drowning. We can't because we don't have a vault at the back of our mouths like they do. So when you're swimming in a lake with salt waters, make sure you don't. Don't think you're safe for them when underwater because you aren't. And like I said, a saltwater crocodile has the greatest bite pressure of any living creature. So you aren't even close to safe. And their teeth are 5 inches long, so that helps. Sorry to say, but if you ever see a saltwater crocodile, I don't know how to escape. But it's possible, like I said in the survival section. A saltwater's jaw is fantastic, right? Hopefully you learned from this. Now, let's finally get to the fun stuff. One last fact is they bark to communicate. That's insane, right? Piranhas bark as well, so they're not the only sea animals that bark. Saltwater crocodiles can do this underwater. Fun facts. Now that I've already told you lots about saltwaters, like they have the greatest bite pressure of any living animal, and they don't usually live in saltwater at all. Here are some more fun facts about saltwater crocs, aka the fun stuff I was talking about. First, did you know that they can swim up to a distance of 552 miles, 900 kilometers? Though, like I said, they don't usually live in saltwater, so they probably don't swim in it either. The main reason they can swim this far is that they have a vault in their throat that doesn't allow air or water to get in their lungs. Again, as I said earlier in the book. Another reason is that they swim 15 to 18 miles per hour. That means it would take 30 to 37 hours straight. That can take up over 1.5 days. Another fun little fact about saltwaters is the scientific name for a saltwater croc is Crocodylus porosus. But unless you become a scientist one day to study these beasts, I don't recommend using their scientific name. But they also have a nickname, as you'd expect. That nickname is Salties. If you don't become a scientist, you're in good luck, because you get to use the abbreviated names instead of the stretched out names. Here are 2 more facts for you to learn. 1, they first evolved from the phytosaur 80 million years ago. Crazy, right? Now you might have noticed that there is the suffix "saur" at the end of phytosaur. You know what that means, right? They ascended from a dinosaur. Just kidding. 80 million years ago was during the latest Triassic period, but they are confirmed to not be dinos. I've told you all about salties, so here is my conclusion. And one more little fun fact. Their blood temperature ranges from 30 to 33 degrees Celsius, 86 to 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Ancient phytosaur skeleton. Conclusion. Now that you've learned about salties, your brain is full of fantastic facts, amazing things you never knew, insane information, and much, much more. I hope you enjoyed reading this because it was a blast making it. Now you've learned all about saltwater crocodiles. Your pal, Salty.